All right, I am coming to you about a direct message I get usually on Instagram and Facebook at least multiple times a week, which is, does your family eat the same things you do? And there's a couple things I want to share with you here because I think once you free yourself of either the shoulds or seeing that you deserve to eat in a way that suits you and based on your goals, you might make different choices. So for to start, I would like to encourage you, if you have not already done so, search on iTunes for my new podcast that came out this year called Healthy Parents Equals Healthy Families. In there, I share a lot of resources on what is considered the division of responsibility with feeding by Ellen Satter. It's great content. You can go check her out, her workout. But basically, the gist of it is, in a nutshell, you as the parent provide the food options. You provide the food times that the kids eat and you eat. But ultimately, the kids get to decide what they put on their plate and how much. Again, listen to the podcast, read the book, so you get all of the details, the clarifications. But what I do is I apply that to me just as much as my kiddos. So what that might mean is I do create a weekly meal plan. I may have every intention of eating, let's just say I'm making black bean kibasi soup for dinner. I may have every intention to eat that when I roll up on, when I make it that morning and it's cooking and yada, yada, yada. But let's say I roll up on dinner time and I am super craving a butternut squash, bacon, egg white goat cheese omelet. I love me. I'm making what I want. I'm actually going to go ahead and whip that up really quick because what I've learned in this journey is the shoulds. I should eat what I cooked for my family. I should eat what everyone else is eating. Doesn't serve me. It never really has. I need to listen to what Heather wants, and I need to love her enough that I'm willing to take the 5 or 10 minutes out of my schedule to cook her a meal she really wants. So my family, the way that the division of responsibility works, I would serve the black bean kibasi soup. I would probably make the grilled cheese, which I know all my kids like. If I have leftover corn muffins from another night, I might pull those out. I might pull out I always make extra, so I have lots of extra stuff in the refrigerator. I may pull out some pasta that I cooked or rice, and I just throw it all out. And everyone kind of puts together their own plate. Or if they really don't like something, that's okay. They just taste it and move on. But the reason I'm sharing this with you is because if you apply this division of responsibility to feeding with your whole family, including the adults, you should never be a short order cook, in my opinion. I make one meal per day for the family for dinner. But I always have extra leftovers from other dinners, and I do that on purpose. So that way I know the things my kids like, and I can make all of that available really in a moment's notice at mealtime without having to do a lot of extra work. I also want to reframe this thought that says, in order for this to be quote unquote normal and for this to be something that, feels like, I guess, a normal life. I'm assuming that's kind of what people are wanting to know. Does this look like everyone sits down and they have meatloaf and mashed potatoes? What I want to encourage you to think about, to reframe this thought, when you and your family go out for a restaurant meal, do you tell your family, hey guys, this is family dinner. We're all ordering the exact same meal because we have to eat the same thing? I'm going to say probably 100% of you are saying, no, I would never say that. Then what difference does it make at home, right? To me, family dinner, family meals is about just that. It's the family part of it. It's us sitting down as a family unit. If I chose to skip the soup tonight and make the butternut squash, bacon, goat cheese, egg white thing, which, by the way, fantastic if you like all those flavors. If I choose to do that, I'm still sitting in my seat with my family, having a nice conversation. My one son might choose to put a lot more pasta on his plate because he likes it, and maybe take a little bit less of the soup, right? I might have another kid. I have one kid who loves all soups all the time. He might choose to have a huge bowl of soup and eat one of the corn muffins, right? So all this food is out. I'm not cooking a bunch of different things. I am the cook, so I get a special I get a special pass on that. But I just want to encourage you to think about this from a different perspective. If you would not manage your family's eating and think that they should all be eating the exact same thing at a restaurant, your home is no different, other than you're not on demand. You're saying, hey guys, here's what the cook has prepared for today. This is what's on the menu. This is what I got. You pull out containers of other things, you put it out, and you allow yourself to eat what you really want and what serves you. And then that brings up the other point. So we're on point 3 now, which is who has the goals? Is it you or your family? And this is very, very important, because let's say you decided you wanted to go back to college and get a degree. Does your whole family have to go to college? Does everybody have to stay up late studying or show up at the classes? No, you do, right? Because you're the one with the goals. If you signed up for a marathon and you're training for a marathon, does your whole family need to do that? No, you do. You're the one that signed up for the marathon, right? So what we tend to do is we allow our goals to somehow have to permeate the entire experience. When, in my opinion, if I was making a heavy pasta dish, and let's just say it had spaghetti sauce with it, with lean turkey, which that I control and I do modify, I may choose to put mine on spaghetti squash or zucchini noodles. And again, because I love Heather and I want her to be successful with her goals, and again, I'm the cook, I do these little adaptations for myself. And guess what? I don't feel any resentment about it, because what I have learned in this process is if you love yourself, if you want to take super good care of yourself, and you're the one with the goals, that's your responsibility, right? So let's go ahead and wrap here with 1. If you were to apply this division of responsibility to feeding with you and your kids, you are not a short order cook. Please read the book, take in the information. You are taking multiple different things out of the fridge, making them available, eating the foods you would really want to eat. Family mealtime is just that. It's a chance for the family to sit down together and eat. It's not important what's on your plate. How do we know that? Because if you guys all went out to a restaurant to have family dinner, you probably would not feel like you should tell everybody what they should order off the menu. You might tell your kids you can pick one of these things, and you may say to your spouse, you know, would you want to split this? But you let them actually pick and choose the meals they want, because what you realize is that's kind of their choice, right? Within reason. So that same mentality can be applied to being at home. And thirdly, who has the goals? If you have the goals, then you prepare your meals in accordance with those goals. And and again, you're in part of the family. There's nothing wrong or weird. And if kids say something to you, it's quite simple. I love vegetables. I'm going to jack up my vegetables. I love protein. I'm jacking up my protein. I have no problem telling my kids that. It's not about deprivation and withholding food and poor pitiful mom. Heck no, mom is a powerhouse. She's ingesting lots of veggies and lots of lean proteins and putting good, healthy stuff on her plate. And guess what? Kids become curious about that. They then might want to try some of said vegetables and good stuff, right? So it's not about you saying, oh, mom's on a diet. This is all she can consume, kids. We're not going to do that. We're not, because you know what? If you want to achieve this, you will have to modify your eating, but you can choose the story you tell yourself about it. Poor pitiful me, I can't have X, Y, and Z. Or could you have X, Y, or Z a couple times a week and actually fill your plate with primarily vegetables, fruits, lean proteins the rest of the time to actually hit your goal, right? It's all in how you spin it. So for those people who want to, kind of ask me that question, does your family eat what you eat? Yeah, because we kind of all eat together, and typically the food I prepare, I'm eating some portion of it on a regular basis, but I modify most things for myself if necessary. And if I get a wild hankling for something, I say, hey, Heather, you bust your hump. You do a lot of things. Make yourself your special dinner. You deserve it. And that is a totally different mindset than when I first started my journey, which was, oh, I don't want to cook this. I can't believe I'm having to do all this. I have totally transformed my thinking about it, which makes it actually not a problem whatsoever. So I hope this video helps. I want to encourage you to change your mindset about mealtime. Think about how you might implement that division of responsibility once you actually read it and understand it. And you have a fantastic day.